It is June 27th, and I'm going to be doing a walkthrough of the large flower bed in my side yard to show you what is blooming here in Richmond, Virginia. Got my native maypop vines here that are starting to really grow now that the weather has warmed up, so they will be hopefully climbing this trellis and blooming soon. Ones in this bag are still much smaller, but are starting to throw out some new growth. Just got some sweet potatoes, purple sweet potatoes growing in between there, not native. I've got a buttonbush here. Show you. These are the flowers in bloom. Pollinators obviously love them. And then after they've bloomed, oops, there we go. The flower petals start to fall off, and that round ball underneath will stay, and that will turn into a seed head. So I've got, this one's been in bloom for at least a couple weeks now. So lots of old blooms on here. This is what they look like right before they start to bloom. So just a mixture of new and old on this one. Got some blue mist flower here that's just starting to get its blooms on it. Got a bigger one over here that has been in bloom for probably at least a week or two. And another one here that is just starting to get its first blooms as well. My black-eyed Susans have been in bloom for, gosh, probably at least 3 or 4 weeks now. They got very heavy and started falling over, so I have had to kind of tie them up so they don't crush everything around them. I'm hoping as things continue to grow and fill in that they will start supporting each other so that I don't have to do as much of that. Got several asters here. That's what these tall ones right in front of me are. Another big clump of them here. These typically will bloom in the fall, so I've got several of those right in here. Got a non-native. This is a zinnia that self-seeded last year. A couple of them popped back up, and luckily it was my favorite one, this bright pink one. Again, non-native. This is native mountain mint. It's just after a rain today, but typically when you come out here any time of day, this mountain mint is just covered in pollinators, but I'm not seeing too many this morning right after the rain. Let's see what else I've got in bloom. This is another type of aster. These are much shorter. This one's only about a foot and a half tall. This is New York aster. You can kind of see some of the blooms that are left in here. This was covered in blooms at one point, but is starting to fade away. Same thing with my blue-eyed grass here. You can see all of these seed heads starting to form from where those blooms were. My wild bergamot is faded here as well. It's just kind of finishing up its bloom period. You can see just a couple little flowers left on that one. And then this is liatris, also referred to as blazing star or gay feather. Gets these nice tall pink stalks. They kind of start at the top and work their way down to the bottom. Got a nice kind of feathery foliage as well. As you can see, we've got pollinators that love this one as well. Got some more big black-eyed Susan plants over here. My blueberry bush is covered in blueberries. Looks like just starting to ripen a couple of them. Over behind here, my Joe Pye weed is starting to get its buds here. One of my plants, probably about 5 feet tall, and this one next to it, about 6 feet tall. And looks like the last thing I've got blooming here is my culver's root, which has these white kind of candelabra type blooms on them. Came out this morning and there were several of these bees just chilling on here. It looked like they were sleeping. Guess they've woken up now. But the bees do really like this one as well. This one's probably about 4.5, 5 feet tall at this point. Got 3 plants right here. And that is everything that is blooming at the end of June here. And hopefully in the coming months, I'll have more updates to show you some of the other plants blooming.